Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. So, Overwatch and Tracer's ass. The controversy, the debate, the debacle, it's finally over. Tracer has her new pose, and everyone's actually okay with it. Everyone likes it. Yay! Problem solved, right? No. Since this really stupid controversy began, I think a lot of people involved in it or talking about it have completely misunderstood or didn't understand what the real problem is here. It's not about Tracer's butt. Again, I don't know why everyone gives a shit about her butt. Like I said in my video, it's just a butt. Everyone has a butt. That's not the issue here. This isn't even about SJWs and feminists, as some people would like to believe. This isn't about them. You know what this is about? This is about a developer at Blizzard Entertainment, the actual game director, Jeff Kaplan, actually responded to this whole thing. Now, for those of you who have been following this controversy, you know this all started with a forum user named Phipps. But the whole reason this controversy, the whole reason this even made it into the news was because game director Jeff Kaplan actually responded and took notice to this. Literally, this entire controversy, this entire debate, everybody losing their minds over this would have never happened if Jeff just didn't write anything. This literally would never have happened. The whole reason this happened is because Jeff took notice. Because he responded. The game director of this big AAA, highly anticipated video game, responded to this petty, insignificant form. That is what this is really about. That is what we should be concerned about. Not Tracer's butt. Not SJWs. Not feminists. Not about political correctness in games. This has nothing to do with that. Yet of course, these people from these different parties saw this and took advantage. When that's not what this is about, and what this shouldn't be about. This is about a developer of a AAA game taking notice and responding to something so insignificant. Jeff, why did you respond to this? Of all the forums to respond to, you responded to this. You didn't respond to any of the forums talking about gameplay, talking about graphics, talking about optimization, talking about balancing. You know the really important issues about your video game? The gameplay, the graphics, the optimization, the balancing. You know the stuff that actually makes a video game fun and playable? I don't see you responding to the criticisms about that. Oh, but this one person makes a petty complaint about the pose a female character makes, and you respond not once, but twice? So all the criticisms about the gameplay, graphics, optimization, balancing, future support and content for the game, the lack of a story mode, and why you're falsely advertising your game with trailers that make it look like there's an actual story in the game when there actually is no story. Seriously, why the hell are you advertising your game with all these story trailers when there is no story mode in your game? How come the bloody game director of Overwatch isn't responding to any of those criticisms and complaints? But as soon as someone says something about Tracer's butt, then all of a sudden it requires his full attention. Look, I'm not saying Jeff Kaplan is a bad game director. He's actually personally addressed the community in a number of YouTube videos talking about updates coming to the game. And I'm sure he's responded to the Overwatch forums before, it just hasn't been advertised before. All I am doing here is putting this all into perspective, providing examples, and tackling the real issue with this Overwatch Tracer's butt controversy. This is not about Tracer's butt, it never was. It's about the developers of the game taking notice and responding to something petty and insignificant. Jeff, you are a game designer and a game director at Blizzard. Blizzard Entertainment, one of the biggest, most well-known names in the industry, and you responded to someone complaining about one of your characters having a butt. Everyone, this is not about feminism, this is not about political correctness. This is about professionalism. Jeff, I mean zero insult to you as a person or your character. Mr. Kaplan, I don't know you personally, but based off what I've seen and heard about you, you seem like a great guy who cares about his game and his community. And I mean no personal offense or insult to you, Jeff, but this was very unprofessional of you. This was unprofessional of you being a AAA video game developer, showing any sort of acknowledgement to something that even indie developers just simply ignore. The gameplay of your game, the content of your game, the optimization of your game, the community support in your game should be your #1 priority. Since you know you're the game director. If it was your plan from the start to replace Tracer's pose, that's perfectly fine. It's your game, you can do whatever you want. My problem is, and everyone else's problem should be, not that you replaced the pose, but that you even gave the slightest attention to this Phipps character, who is quite frankly out of their bloody mind. So now I ask all of you, do not lose sight of the real issue here. This is not about SJWs, this is not about feminists. This is not about video game developers caving into demands and complaints. This is about one thing and one thing only: professionalism. As a AAA video game developer, as someone maintaining that status and power in that job description, one should never, ever look at, listen to, acknowledge, or respond to complaints about your product that are outside the realm of rationality. Overwatch forum user Phipps and his complaint about Overwatch is the equivalent of complaining that the sky is blue. Doesn't matter how well worded his post on the forums was. Doesn't matter how many sentences or paragraphs he used. Doesn't matter how well he spelled and worded it. His complaint was nonsensical and irrational. People have butts. Humans have butts. Fictional characters have butts. All of the characters within Overwatch have butts. And his complaint should never have been acknowledged or responded to by any developer of the game, let alone the game director. That is the real problem here, and too many people are ignoring it and making it about SJWs and feminists again. Look, guys, I know they're a problem, but we gotta pick and choose our battles here. If we keep blaming them for every little thing that happens, that gives them more excuse to pull the victim card. So please, guys, settle down, relax, take a wider view of everything that's going on. Let's see what was really wrong with this whole thing, learn from it, and then, most importantly, move on. Alright, we good? We good. However, you know what? This is just my opinion and perspective. What are yours? What are your thoughts, feelings, opinions, and perspectives? Let me know in the comment section below. I don't get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. If you liked the video in any way, shape, or form, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. And if you want to help out the channel and help out this video, then please share this video on social media, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to help me out and support me directly, then please pledge to me and become a patron on my Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I will see you all later.